welcome to another late night creation / chat / no ramen this time. Tonight I decided to paint these two little figures. So I just made them. I made them recently. It's a little cat bat and then a little pumpkin cat as well. I'll show some clips as well. So I decided to just, take it easy tonight and paint them and have a little chat with you guys. I have made, since the last video, I have made 2 videos. Plus, I made half of the cat animation video. The one with that's right here, the one that I did the last late night creations chats video about, where with the RV and setting up the scene and the cat on top of the van. I filmed half of it already, and then my external hard drive crashed and I lost it all, which is very sad. And I also made another video that I also lost, and another video of this other project that I started, but there's just no inspiration, and losing the 2 projects was already quite tough. I think maybe because this is the 3rd external hard drive that crashed this year, this entire year. So one I definitely dropped, that was my fault. I dropped it and it broke. But the other 2, nothing happened. I just plugged them in one day and they just stopped working. I don't know, maybe it's the heat, because this apartment went up to 38 degrees during the summer and it was really humid. It was unbearably humid. I had to sleep somewhere else for a couple of days because it was too hot. So maybe it's the heat. Maybe that does things to electronics, just cold could do stuff as well. That's what I'm thinking, because I can't think, are they just old? But one was still quite new, so I don't understand what happened. They didn't drop. I've always been quite careful with them since my old one crashed because I dropped it. I've always been pretty careful, so I have no clue what happened. But anyway, that's just a little catch up to tell you guys that, yeah, there were projects, even 3 that were on the way, but they all crashed. So, oops. So that's why I just want to take it easy. I want an easy, nice, chill project to work on with you guys today and just have a little chit chat. And before we start, I want to say thank you to everyone who's newly subscribed to this channel. Currently, when recording this video, at 773 subscribers, which isn't a lot for a lot of people, but it's so much for me and for any other small content creators out there. I mean, just already reaching the 100s is a lot, and now it keeps going up. So that's pretty cool. I think a month ago it was maybe at 500 or something. So it's pretty cool how quickly it's going at the moment. Thank you all for joining and for sending such nice comments as well. I really appreciate it. And yeah, I hope to continue doing little things like this even when I'm in China. Hopefully keep you guys updated and we can make other little projects, other late night chats and creations, I have ideas of already starting, more, because I'll be in China doing little Asian sceneries and little miniatures and of buildings that I see, architecture there, characters that I maybe see, make some puppets. Keep it all like that. Stop motion films, I'm going to be honest, unless they're small films like maybe the samurai cat ones. Big ones, I think I'm going to take a break with, just because I am doing a full-time lecture job now, so it is a lot. Plus then having these little projects, the whole cat thing, I spent so much time onto it and then it just crashed. So it's quite demoralizing. I'm still creating. I still want to create. It's just these big projects that demand a lot of time. I think I'll need a little bit of a break from them. But definitely in China, there'll still be little things coming up. I still want to continue creating. But yeah, let's start. So I have some paints here, so just simple acrylics. I also have these shinier paints, these acrylic color, model color, Vallejo brand. And there's like gold and all these like shimmery colors. I think it'd be cool to add a little bit of shimmer to just little things, not the whole thing, just maybe like the pumpkin and the bat wings. So how have you guys been? What projects are you guys working on? Yeah, let me know. Moving soon. Normally someone will be staying in this apartment anyway when I'm gone, so that's fine. Scary to leave my cat alone. Scary to leave the people I have met along the way. Yeah, just been having a good time here. In one of the videos, green eyes? No, green eyes for the pumpkin cat maybe. Or blue eyes for the pumpkin cat. Why did I mix green? Well, I can put it here. No, that's not green. I think blue eyes for the pumpkin cat. Well, no, let's go green. In one of the videos that I filmed but never posted, well, that got deleted, I was in quite a sad place, and then I made the second video talking about the time that I was in a sad place because it got deleted, which is pretty funny. And then that got deleted as well. They just didn't want me to talk about it, I guess. Who's they? I don't know. Yeah, it was just a little bit of a sad place, thinking about leaving France, even though I know I'll come back. It's just leaving some people here that makes me quite sad. It is difficult to kind of be inspired to do things when, or creative things when so much is going on, you know? This is gray. Well, I'll use gray for that and then black for the rest. Well, this gray looks very blue. It doesn't look very gray. It looks more blue. This is blue. Is Payne's gray normally very blue? Let me know. A bit of white. Because we want a black cat, but we don't want it too black. Because we want a difference between the black cat and the bat wings. The bat wings will be black. I just kind of wish that I didn't have to work. Who else doesn't think? Who else think? The ideal, of course, is if all of this was my job. So either I do this for a company, so, you know, and actually get paid, or do really detailed commission projects maybe, or work for a film studio or some studio thing, or YouTube. Can we get this 700 to 70,000? Yeah, that seems quite crazy. What creative person doesn't want to do creative stuff as a job? But then at the same time, I have realized that I do enjoy when I'm not doing the teaching job. I have also done bar work in the past, and also waitressing, like most creative people out there. So I have a couple of years of experience in that. I did that also during the summer when I wasn't working for the university. Ooh, getting a bit freaky here. When I wasn't working for the university, I did a bar job. I don't know, I found it enjoyable, and I was also able to then create things on the side, because if any of you guys, you know, have worked as waiters or any sort of service, like customer service or restoration job or something, you do have to think, right? Of course. That sounds so bad. Of course you have to think. But for example, at the bar, you make only so and so many drinks, that it kind of, in the end, you know, it becomes a bit almost mechanic. Like there's a dance that you kind of do behind the bar, and I like that sort of a dance. So you have your wines there, your spirits there, all of these things, your glasses, all the different glasses. You get your orders, you have different cocktails, different ingredients you have to use, different ways of shaking, of stirring and stuff for the different drinks. And it becomes a bit of a dance, and then in your mind you start also thinking, okay, I have to do this and this and this, I can do this with this and then this with this. So you do it even quicker. If you have to shake certain alcohols that are the same for certain cocktails, you do that first, then you do all the other stuff. You know, there's an order in things, that in the way that you approach it. And I like it, and it works your brain without being too, you know, too stressful in a way, because you know the job, you're good at the job. I guess it's like that for anybody with any job. You know it, you're confident in it, and there's a dance that you do, and it's a cool thing, like a cool dance. I really enjoyed that sort of like more machine-like work, where you can even kind of switch off your brain, but at the same time you are still thinking. I don't know if that makes sense. I think waitressing and waiters is more, you know, there's more thought through it. You can't really distance yourself that much because there is some customer service that needs to go on. Bartending as well, but then it depends what bar you work at. Either, you know, if you're working in a club or something where you don't talk to people really that much except for their orders, or if you're in a job, the last bar I worked at, we had our orders given to us, and there was no real customer service. Like, not often. Sometimes, but most of the time there wasn't. So you could just be at your bar alone, doing your own thing, and just really zone out a bit, and I really enjoyed it. Black cat. Let's give him the eyes, because I think as soon as you give your puppets the eyes, or your sculptures the eyes, they straight away become more real. Look at that little bat cat. I don't know if you can see it very well yet, but he's quite cute. Ideally, I would do this as a job. Just make things, create things. I mean, I'm leaving my little cat. You know, that's the sad part with animals, is that you can't tell them that you'll be right back. They don't understand. So when you go and you don't come back, they probably think you abandoned them. I don't know if I mentioned this in the last one already, but that's what happened to my cat in my family cat. Because my family cat... Ooh, crap. Okay. My family cat only really liked me. I was like the mother, I guess. I was the person that the cat really liked in the family. I don't know why, just because I was the first person he really met when he was a kitten, and there was just this bond, I guess, and I would take care of him a lot, you know, just follow him around, and he really liked me. And a week or so after I left to university, he then disappeared, and no one saw him again. So either he passed away, because he was an outdoor cat, and he was quite grumpy, had a bit of a temper, and he got in cat fights as well. So who knows? You know, with cats you never know. One day, you know, they just kind of don't come back. Or maybe he found another family, and since I was no longer there, he decided to just go live with them. Which is a possibility, because it was just such a big coincidence that happened a week or so after I left. And before, even though he wasn't always home because he loved the outdoors, he would always come back. You never know. I'm hoping that he found a family and got to live the rest of his days in a loving, loving home. Is there anything, let me know if there's anything you guys would want to see more of. I know some creators, they ask that, and I am curious, just because there's more of you guys now. I know from statistics and stuff, like what videos do better, what's more interesting. So if I don't do any small stop motion films right now, at least for the time until I move, is there anything you guys want to see? Any sort of type of videos, maybe like some sort of a tutorial, or I don't know, I'm just asking, just chatting. For those, this is a Halloween episode, I guess, because I'm making some Halloween cats. I thought of telling little stories about my house. Dun, dun, dun. I don't know if any of you guys like spooky stories. If you don't, I'm really sorry for what I'm going to talk about. You can rewind to here. If not, let's go. So, hold on, I'm gonna check if this is still recording. So I decided to change angles when telling the story. This way you have something nice to look at, hopefully, and the story. So basically, right, we lived in a house in France, and at one point I started noticing some weird stuff in my room. So I started noticing weird things, and I started bringing it up to my stepmom. And she said that she had also noticed strange things happening, especially around my room as well. And she's been feeling weird things. So that was already a little bit spooky. But, you know, it could all be superstitious or wind or whatever. And then all of a sudden one day my stepbrother came, and he said he walked past the room. And then when he came down, he saw me in the living room. And he was like, "Oh, I thought you were in your bedroom." And I was like, "No." And he was like, "I saw someone in your bedroom," and that he saw a woman in the bedroom. I'm telling you, it's gonna get a bit freaky. That looked a bit like me with long hair and wearing this white dress. And I was like, "No, I was, here all this time." So he saw someone, and he didn't know that me and my stepmom were already talking about it. And what we had said basically was that one day when I woke up from sleeping, I saw someone slowly creep up on me from the corner of the bedroom. And I thought it was either my sister or my stepmother. And I was like, go away, because I was still sleeping. But then I went downstairs, and they were both downstairs. And one of the first things I mentioned was either of you two in my room? And they were like, "No." And they were really confused. And that was one of the first times I mentioned feeling weird things going on in there. I hope I don't get in trouble for talking about all this online. But it's stories, right? And I've always had good memories of whatever that was in the house, in my room especially. There's never bad memories. It was scary, but it was never evil, I think. If it was even anything, Although we're pretty sure we all saw something. And then the one that was really weird. Okay, the one that was really weird was one day I came back from school, and my heels were in the garden, like these little heely boots. And I was like, okay, that's weird. That it's already weird because we had a dog at the time, so I thought maybe the dog took them out, but that's pretty strange because he would have taken out both heels, and put them next to each other. And at that point, he wasn't really playing with shoes anymore. But anyway, so I thought maybe the dog did it or something. But then when I went home, my stepmom was like, "I thought you were already home." And I was like, "No." And she was like, "I heard heels walking upstairs." Like, that's a bit weird, right? A bit freaky. What do you mean heels walking upstairs? And then I was like, yeah, my heels were outside in the garden. And she's like, what? Just weird things like that. And then my dad was also convinced that he saw the same woman. Now we went back recently, like all of us together, to say goodbye to the house, because we are, it is going to be sold soon. That's the plan. And we haven't felt anything. I didn't, at least. There was nothing there for me to kind of feel. In China, I did have something as well. I was a pretty weird kid at that time, and I felt some weird. Do any of you guys know what I mean? A lot of people think that this is all silly and superstitious and stuff, but there is something. You feel something. I don't know what, and you don't really think about it, you know? But there is just something there. And then when I was small in China as well, it kind of opened the door a bit longer each time, just to let whatever spirits there are outside in. Maybe I was the one welcoming all these spirits into our house. Maybe that's why they were always in my room. Like weird stuff, like all my posters at one point dropped at the same time. The thing above my window was like spinning. It was like this sweet thing my mom made with these fairies and some feathers, like just a decorative thing. That was spinning by itself. Yeah, just freaky stuff like that, really. Things spinning, things, I don't know. Yeah, seeing people. I wouldn't really say that I believe in ghosts and stuff, but at the same time, having experienced all of that, it's quite hard to say that you don't, just because it was so, I don't know. At least for my house, I believe that all of that, there was something. There was something there. But again, I don't think anything is there anymore, just because we went back and didn't feel anything. There was nothing really there to, yeah, maybe it left. Because we all left, it left as well. I'm back. So, sorry for those who don't like these sort of stories and who has rewinded. I just thought, because we're in a holiday spirit, I'd share a bit of a, a scary little thing with you guys. I wish that there could be a back and forth conversation here. Just because when I don't know what to talk about, I wish there was some sort of a help, an indication. Because it feels strange just talking about me. I don't know. So it's kind of like, I want to ask you guys, what about you? Let me know. And then you guys can respond, and then I can continue. It's getting so dark so early now. It's quite sad. You know what's also scary? Situationships. I am not really in one, but I am kind of in one. But not really. It's hard to define. That is a problem. To all the girls out there, or guys who are interested in this sort of a subject. If not, you can rewind here. We're keeping it mixed for people who like horror stories, for people who like scary stories, for girly talks, to a little bit of art stuff, right? Inspiration and stuff like that, and projects and stuff. We're keeping it mixed and, scary. And I see so many posts now. My sister likes sharing them because she thinks it's funny, of just dating in 2023 and how people don't like labeling relationships and stuff anymore, which I can kind of get, but and that's what's kind of happening to me. Plus, I am leaving, so the guy has his own reasons, which I completely respect. But for me personally, it is because I am also leaving. So there's no point in a way of labeling anything right now. And plus, by the time we met, I was going through a breakup as well. And the problem is that there's just so much feelings. That's the thing. I just have so many feelings. So much emotion and love to give, and it gets quite difficult at times. But I can't express all of that very well. I don't know. It also feels like since I'm leaving, I should just do everything I can and enjoy as much as I can before I leave. Oh no, I broke its tongue. Oh no, the poor tongue. Okay, I'll put you back in later. I don't know where I'm going within this subject. It's just something that's been on my mind a lot. It's kind of the pain and heartache you might feel. And the connections that you make on the way, in life. You meet such lovely people, and then one day they're there, and then the next day they're gone, and then you meet someone else, and then one day they're there, and one day they're gone. And this goes for friends and families as well, and it goes for all sorts of relationships, not just romantic relationships. But then you stay grateful for all of them, even the ones that have left. You're grateful for them. Each one teaches you a lesson, whether you see it at the moment or not. Whether it's obvious to you, hopefully they all teach you something positive that you can bring out. But the good ones, the good connections, or the ones that make you stronger and, braver. And you would always share those memories, but at the same time, you might not always be together later on in life, right? So it's kind of crazy, but you'll always have those memories, even if you never talk to each other again. I lost its tongue. I had its tongue. I placed it somewhere. I was like, ooh, I'll place it here, and then I'll glue it on later. Where did it go? Oh, I found it. It was on this brush. Woohoo. Okay, so thank you guys all for... I'm just gonna put maybe a coat of this shiny, glossy thing on, and then they're done. Thank you everybody for watching. I hope that it was a bit interesting. I didn't say too many new things. Hope that the story was okay and everything made sense, and thank you again for all of the new subscribers and people who are joining this little creative journey with me. I really, really appreciate it. Things happen in life, things change. It's ever changing, and I have lots of ideas and plans for the future, and I'm hoping to document them as I go as well. And to continue this. Thank you very much for watching. Like, subscribe, comment, whatever you guys want to do. Share it with friends, whatever. And I hope to see you guys next time. Thank you again very much. Have a happy holiday, and I hope to see you next time. Goodbye.
No,